Right, so tonight I wanted to share something with you. I've been involved with the MCC meetup in Sydney for a while now. I think pretty much since its inception. Emma Jones, the founder of the Sydney chapter, is a good friend of mine. But for those that do know me that maybe don't know about a project that I've been working on for quite a few years now, is a film project I've been working on called Debugging Diversity. Now I've been working on this film since really 2014, and I started working on it because I wanted to get into filmmaking. I'm a VP of engineering at Expert 360. I'm a software engineer, but I wanted a creative outlet, and I wanted to do something that was kind of impactful. And one of the biggest problems in our industry is the problem we've been talking about tonight. What I didn't realize at the time was just how little I knew about this topic. And 5 years later, I still don't know a lot, really. Relatively speaking, I know a lot more than I did. But I wanted to share with you tonight what I've been working on, and I guess why I started the project, and actually why it's still really, really relevant. So firstly, we're talking about female participation in software engineering technology. And you would think that given how many people talk about this, how much more publicity this is getting, how many more people are writing about it, how many more men are becoming aware of the problem, that it would have been improving. But actually, it hasn't. And this really still surprises me that the numbers are not improving. These are the figures from NCWIT, which is the National Center for Women in Technology in the US. These are recent numbers. And what you can see there is the female participation numbers starting roughly just under 30% in 2004. Fast forward to 2017, and they're actually a little bit lower, roughly on par, like almost within sort of a statistical difference there, right? But the numbers actually are not changing, so we're not doing enough. This is another kind of stupefying number. 41% of women will leave engineering. This is according to a Harvard Business Review study. And the reason they leave is because they're treated unfairly, they're underpaid, less likely to be fast-tracked than their male colleagues, and unable to advance. Now, I really like to think that it's not the case in any of the organisations that are represented here tonight, but it is certainly the case kind of by and large in the industry. And this is another really kind of stupefying fact, and we were just talking about this earlier actually. Coding is still not being taught in schools. Now you would think that in 2019 coding would be taught in schools, and yes, it is in some. Generally wealthier schools, in most schools, certainly public schools, even if the schools have a desire to teach kids how to code, there aren't enough teachers that know how to teach it. So that in itself is a major problem. So we need generational change. We need a level of change that we haven't yet even begun to approach. So I wanted to share with you a project I've been working on. So this is Debugging Diversity, and I hope this video works.
Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping...
This, Jen, is the internet.
Is it any wonder there aren't more women in tech? My name's Dan Draper. I'm a 30-something white male. I've been programming computers since I was 13 years old. But over the years I've noticed most of the coders and engineers I work with are just like me, white and male. In fact, in my first year of university, in a class of over 300 students, only 6 of the students were women. But why is that? I mean, the first computer scientists were mostly women. Ada Lovelace, Grace Hopper, Frances Allen, and many others. But somewhere along the line, diversity in computing went backwards. And today, only 6% of leadership roles in technology are held by women.
It might have something to do with the timing that video games appeared.
I always did kind of enjoy playing video games, but was kind of like, this is for my brother. Like, I was also like a little embarrassed that I enjoyed playing video games.
People use negative terminology, like they use things like, oh, well, if you're in science or math, you must be a nerd. If you go into a class and say, we're going to learn to code today,
no one bats an eye. No one's like, wait a minute, is this a thing that's for boys or for girls? Kids don't say that.
You can't be what you can't see, right? So it's important for women to see other women succeeding in the professions that they want to pursue.
Diverse teams create better products. Diverse teams are more successful. Diverse teams are more profitable.
So we have to do something now so we don't let these kids fall through the gap.
Since 2014, I've traveled across the US and Australia and conducted over 40 interviews. Our Debugging Diversity team have attended dozens of events and captured some truly inspiring moments. But now we need your help to finish what we started. We've assembled a crack team of industry experts and filmmakers. And with your help, we can make this dream a reality. Please contribute to our campaign and help us in debugging diversity. Well, now the clicker's not working.
Yeah, I got you.
Switch it. Oh, good. Okay. Cool.
Sorry.
Got it? All right. So that's a little sneak peek of the film that's coming together. I'm working with some really strong producers, and we've been sort of chipping away at this for a long time, but we basically just need some money to get this thing finished. I'm working full time, my co-producers are working full time. None of us are actually getting paid for any of this. So we're looking for a bit of money to help pay for some editors, some filming assistants to get some more footage and so forth. And we basically are doing an Indiegogo campaign to try and get it over the line. So really this is the shameless plug. This is me sending it out and hoping that maybe a few people will contribute. So we're asking for individual contributions for between $25 and $150. We also have corporate sponsorship available. We're starting at $250. It gets a logo on the website and a name and the film credits. And we're also allowing companies to sort of showcase their team and actually make them a part of the film, especially those that are really doing some cool stuff. Our target is $24K. It's not a hell of a lot of money, but it would make a huge difference to getting the project over the line. So anyway, that's me. That's my shameless plug for the evening. I hope you enjoyed the trailer. These are my details. You can check out debuggingdiversity.com/campaign for the details of the campaign. It's my personal email address there, and you can follow me on Twitter or the film on Twitter if you're interested. So thank you very much.